time as the Rockets have it in business at the Holmes 41. Samuels, and will go nowhere. A little bit of a delay type play, slow to develop, and the Husky defense there to meet the charge.
Met by number 52, Kevin Cooper.
Kevin Kuiper on the tackle along with Carlos Chapa. Once again, if you're just joining us here at Alamo Stadium, actually the big news of this day, and to no surprise in Austin, at 2 p.m. this afternoon, University of Texas Athletic Director DeLoss Dodds announced the firing of head football coach Fred Akers. Just to bring you up to date with what is going on, it is 2nd down and 9, actually, for the Rockets at the Holmes 40. Too much time will be taken by Robert Felton and the Judson offense. They're going to have to step off 5. Delay of game.
John, I believe Felton was checking off because they had 2 wide receivers way out to the left. They brought one on back in motion. Of course, he was watching to see what kind of adjustment Holmes defense made. I think he was checking off to a new play. It simply took too much time.
A dead ball foul. Delayed.
Move it back to the 46 and start the clock again as we're coming up on the 2-minute mark left to play in the 2nd quarter. 21-7 is our score. Judson in the lead. Felton gets a little rush. Passes in and out of the hands of Scott Burris, the split end on the play at the 35.
Pass intended for Scott Burris. Incomplete.
And it'll set up 3rd down and long, 3rd down and 14 from the 46.
That's a well-thrown ball, but Felton Burris just wasn't able to pull it in. But again, Holmes had great heat on him.
Single setback offense this time for Johnson. 3 receivers to the top. That's the way Felton wants to roll, and he's going to run off with it. Cuts back inside and will not get the 1st down. However, he does get down to the 35-yard line, and a nice effort. And the Holmes defense able to string him out. Val Carrillo.
Brought down by number 67, Val Carrillo.
And it'll bring up a 4th down and about 4.
This could be one of the first critical decisions I think coaching staffs have to make in a ball game.
Well, they're sending in the field goal unit. Number 86 is Earl Kaufman, and you know very well what Earl Kaufman can do against your MacArthur team this year. It kicked the city record 58-yarder. Now it looks like they're going to punt the football away as they come back in punt formation. And Judson decides to call a timeout. Well, from there, it'd be a 52-yarder, and certainly within his range, but he dropped back in punt formation, and there was a little confusion. Judson decided to call the timeout with 1:10 left in the half.
Well, I'm sure they probably feel that he's got the opportunity to kick it from that distance. I don't believe there's much of a wind factor down on the field. See the old flag down there in the end zone perfectly still. So it's going to be interesting to see what their decision is. And again, field position, I'm sure, is playing in Coach Rudley's mind right now. In case they did try the field goal and miss it, Holmes would come out with pretty good field position on it. So it's going to be interesting. But if they do get the shot, Kaufman definitely has the leg for the potential to reach that type of field goal.
21-7 is our score. Judson over the Holmes Huskies, and it has been a question of ball control, a game of ball control rather, for the Rockets, as you see the cheerleaders leading it on here on the sideline. And I'll tell you what, this is a beautiful sight here. Half of the stadium is red, and the other half is green and gold, and it's almost split right down the middle. And it is a 4th down try, and it will be Earl Kaufman to punt, standing at the Holmes 49. He may just try to pooch kick this one. It's a fake. Chris Samuels with a football, and he's got a 1st down. Depending on the mark, yes, at the 30-yard line. He needed to get to the 31. They just snapped it up short to the up back, and he took it on in. Watch the snap.
Very high snap. Samuels is lucky to be able to handle it like he is. You see good lead blocking.
And he does get inside the 30 where he needed to be. A 1st down, a gutsy call by D.W. Rutledge and the Judson sideline. 1st and 10 for the Rockets as they try to tack another one on before the half. Sergio Trevino in at quarterback, and fumble. The Huskies get it back. David Schindel, number 32, the quarterback, coming up with a loose football, as that time Chris Samuels just could not hold on to it.
Well, that's a great play for the Holmes Huskies right now, because with 40 seconds to go, you know, it's a lot better A lot better to have a chance on the scoreboard what they're looking at now than it would if Judson be able to get some points on the board right before halftime.
Well, what a great play for them to call on the fake punt. And then actually with the new quarterback in the play, Trevino, don't know if he didn't quite make all of the handoff connection or not. Whatever the case was, the Huskies have the football with 43 seconds left, and Odom back to throw. Across the middle, Walker with a diving catch at the 49. And they say he did not make it. My, it looked like he had a shot at it and may have indeed scooped it up. We'll see if we can tell from our replay.
Well, it's a great effort. You see, again, he's got great protection. Odom's able to set up, fire the ball with power. Walker just makes a tremendous effort, but you see the ball does pop out. It's pretty tough to see.
We'll check it for one more angle as we get ready to come back to live action as the ball is, well, it's tough. Yep, it did pop out, indeed. Thank you, men. 2nd and 10. Odom looking again, going deep. Got a receiver out there. Good coverage. Cash with the catch. Terry Cash.
John, this is exciting, isn't it?
Oh, my. Only a tremendous athlete can make a play like that. And Kerry Cash went up for the football like he was center jumping an opening tip-off at a basketball game. Came down with it. Beautiful coverage by the Judson defense. And we're going to get one more look at it with the ball already in flight. Check this out.
This is a great second effort. Coming back, just getting up, bringing the ball in. Look at him pull it back up right by his knees. Able to make, keep control of it. This is a great move right here. Cutting back on the defensive back and just turning it on toward the end zone, getting all he can.
And the football is down at the 8-yard line with 21 seconds left to play in the half. And it's just a tremendous play. Oh, man. One more look at it again as Odom gets all kinds of time to set up. As the Judson rush has not been a factor thus far in the ballgame. But Odom just lets it fly. What an arm. And now we know why coaches like Bo Schembechler of Michigan are after Wilbur Odom. A 62-yard pass and run completion from Wilbur Odom to Kerry Cash.
Well, defensive coaches are always telling their kids late in a ball game like this, whatever you do, don't let them have the long pass. Don't let them get behind you. Well, that wasn't the case then. The defensive back didn't let Cash get behind him. Kerry just simply went up in the air and took it away from him because they were stride for stride. It was good coverage.
Cash's numbers coming into the game this afternoon, almost identical, of course, to his identical twin brother, Keith Cash. It's a 1st and goal. They'll mark the football at the 9 with 21 seconds left. The Huskies trying to get one on the board and narrow this margin. 21-7, Judson leads. Odom looking, touchdown. Oh, my. Keith Cash wide open.
You see, as Odom comes back to read, they definitely got a blown coverage here defensively. There's a center man in motion, and it did cross up their keys a little bit. And, of course, Keith Cash was wide open in the end zone, so there was a busted coverage on that particular play.
Well, for those of you that have not seen the Huskies play this year, oh, my, loose football on the center snap, and running it in for 2 points is Robert Stevens, the free safety and the kick holder. And the 2-point conversion is good. And what looked like could be impending disaster for the Huskies on the point after try turns into a 2-point conversion.
John, we're seeing all kinds of wild things in this ball game. This is really exciting.
Boy, the home side of the field going nuts on this one as Robert Stevens did a superb job of picking up the ball. And he got across the end line before the ball came loose. And the 2-point conversion is good.
No
question about that.